Hello everybody, it's Mama Star here. Welcome back to another video on this channel. And in today's video, I don't know if I can do the whole ta-da, welcome to a new video bit because it's going to be a downer of a video. If you guys don't know, I am very real on my channel with my life. I'm really real with everything. I hate to say sometimes I get embarrassed to say things on social media, and I'm being honest with you, it's the truth. And there's something that's been going on in my mind for a very long time, and I want to talk to you guys about it because it does get to me a lot. Now, you guys probably wondering, you guys probably know why I'm saying this on the title of the video. The truth as to my feelings of being trans. That's not the name of the title, but it's basically what this video is going to be about. And I want to get into a lot of issues, a lot of different things that I and other trans people have to face throughout the day, and what it comes down to at the end. I am, and I would consider myself a pretty passable trans woman, but I'm not completely passable. And let's be honest with you, don't lie to me about it. Don't lie to me about it. Don't lie to me about, oh my god, I would have never known you were trans. Because some people just don't see that. Off of my experiences in society, I would say that around 25% of people either know that I'm trans or look at me and say, that's a dude. The rest of the 75%, 25 of that 75%, question but assume female. While the other 50% just see me as a female. The reason why I say this is because it is an ongoing battle, and I understand it's... I like to... Sometimes I feel like I am above the world. I am better than a lot of other people, and that's not the truth. And I feel like I shouldn't be like that. I should be really real. I'm passable to an extent, but not completely. And maybe I might look like a female on the outskirts. I mean, I am a female. But maybe I might present well outside of my skin as a female. But all of the cards get thrown as soon as my voice talks. It's been a very big problem I've had since the beginning. No, I do think my voice is a lot better than it was before. I still have a big problem with my voice. And it is a big insecurity of mine. It really is. And lately, I have been getting on social media and on YouTube and wanting to get into classes for vocal feminization. To learn how to unlock that voice in my head that's been wanting to talk that I cannot unlock just by doing it. You know, I have to work at it. I have to work hard for it. That or vocal feminization surgery. One of the two. Obviously, I'm going to go for the cheaper decision first, and that is trying to learn how to talk normally. My voice is very weird. It's very abnormal. And it gets people questioning a lot. Like, you know, just the other day, I was at work, and not the other day, yesterday, I was at work, and I denied this guy an alcohol cell. And he went off, and he went crazy, and went off, and then he's like, I'm gonna get my homegirls to come put you in your place, and then he's like, even your voice sounds funny, you sound like a guy, are you a man? And later on that night, some gangster dude came in, and he's like, what's up, girl? And I'm like, hi, nothing, just nothing. And he's like, are you a guy? Are you a man? I'm like, no. And then he's like, oh, no disrespect. Oh, blah, 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 and started doing his own thing. What I'm trying to say is society speaks out towards, and you know, a lot of people might say, oh, don't be rude. At the same time, it helps me figure out what I need to work on. Because if I go around getting rainbows shoved up my asshole all the time, I would never be able to figure out what it is I need to work on myself. That's why, at the same time, I don't like when people lie and say, oh, you're completely passable. Oh, my God. Like, That's not always the case. Be real with someone. If their voice, don't sit there and say, oh, yeah, you sound like a man. say, hey, if you work on your voice, you can potentially get into that position where you want to get to, where you are completely passable. By the way, a customer had bought me this the same day and said it's a hope you feel better thing. I don't think he didn't know what happened, but he saw that I was very upset and very full of tears. And so shout out to him. Thank you so much for coming by and getting this for me. It's the sweetest thing I've ever gotten from him. From someone. Thank you. I don't know what your name is, dude, but thank you. There's a lot of really big reasons as to why I feel uncomfortable about being trans. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. The first bit is going to be like that everyone thinks that it's a decision. It's a decision to transition, but it's not a decision to feel the way you do. And it's very easy for a cis person to say, just don't transition. Don't do that stuff. Accept yourself for who you were, better than who you are. Accept yourself. It's very easy. But when you are put in these situations in life where you have gender dysphoria, it's a totally different route. I can't speak up to a cancer patient. I can't just say, get better. I can't just say, oh, stand up straight. Be strong, paraplegic. I can't do that. And the same thing with gender dysphoria. People that don't have it can't speak up for it. Can't sit there and tell someone that has gender dysphoria not to have it. And that's the truth. There's no cure for gender dysphoria. There's only a treatment, and that's hormone replacement therapy. Okay? That's why I'm taking it. I'm taking it to be my authentic, true self. That I felt inside my heart is real. Only you know who you are. No one's born with a fabricated objective to what they should do in their life. You choose that, and that is who you are, what you feel like you're at heart. That's why everyone has different professions. That's why different people have different obsessions and stuff like that. And people have different things like that because of the fact that it's their destiny. There's differences. If you're born within a family that does nothing but coal mining, do you think you have to be a coal miner? No. If you feel like being a basketball player, be a basketball player. At the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do to be happy, right? It's hard every day understanding that some of my dysphoria will never ever go away, and this one bit is just knowing that there are surgical things I cannot do that are out of my hands. I can't get pregnant. I can't have a period. I always have to know that I never really was completely born female, and you would think that it just being a gender wouldn't be a big deal. Like, why do you care so much? But for some reason, it's deep in my brain and my heart that I'm so hurt that I wasn't completely cis female, and I don't know. It's little things that hurt me and get to me. Knowing that I will never really be able to have a kid. It's a hard fact. And to all those cis people out there that like to talk crap about trans people, be happy you're not trans. Be happy you don't have to go through this situation. People get all mad about trans people wanting this and wanting that and wanting this and wanting that. In the end of the day, it's just because it's a hard situation in life right now. We are in a time where we're in half and half. One half doesn't want anything for trans people, while the other half wants things for trans people. And we're fighting. It's like the black and white. It's like the black people days, They're fighting for their equality, their freedom, and all that stuff. And it's half and half. I think we're going to go through stuff like this for a while, where we kind of like go through that periodic time where someone's fighting for their rights. There's a lot of differences in stuff like sports and, health-related things and clubs that it's very hard to fit in. Being a trans woman, or being a trans guy, or being non-binary, whatever you feel like it's a struggle. It's not easy. Some of us don't go out there with rallying flags telling people, let me use your restroom, or let me do this and let me do that. Some of us just want to live our lives normally. Like me, I just want to do my thing, live life as a female. That's literally how it is. I don't expect myself to be accepted into, a class that has to talk about periods or anything. I don't expect to be put in situations where I biologically cannot fit in. But I do want to be able to be in those situations where socially, when social is more of the concept rather than the biological. It's hard, because I can't speak for the entire LGBTQ plus community, or some people like to call them the alphabet people, because they put labels on themselves, because they're a community. You know what I mean? And it's, you can't hate on people for doing that. People just create these groups so they can find equality in each other. Throughout my entire life, I have found people that truly accept trans people, and people that have backstabbed me, and people that just don't want to talk to me in general because of the fact, or don't say nothing at all. It's not easy. It really is not easy. People think that, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people that don't understand no matter what you're doing, and that's true. But for a condition to make that decision for you, that's like a big thing, It's like losing your legs and half of your family doesn't like you anymore because you don't have legs. Like, it's not something that should be valid for people to hate you. It's hard. When you transition, you put your life on the line of health-wise. You put yourself at risk for cancers, for heart disease, for blood clots, for a life where you most likely won't live past 60 or 70. I'm not saying that because that's the truth. Maybe I've never seen a trans person that's old. Maybe it's because we're in a time where everyone's kind of young, and people that came out are kind of and people that have come out at a later stage in life, or have been, cis the entire time, have been presenting cis anyways. There's a lot of things that I cannot control. And seeing those YouTube videos, and I say it all the time that I don't watch videos that make me mad. I'd rather watch videos that make me happy, or videos I enjoy. Sometimes I don't go by those guidelines, and I'll watch videos that really heat me up, and it's the videos that talk crap about trans people, that say, "Oh, you're a man, just accept yourself," and at the end of the day, I look at myself and I look at my body and I'm like, what is my true purpose? Am I just faking to people who I am? Am I just putting on a puppet's uniform every day? And I'm not going to detransition. I could never do that. But the more and more I get into these moments and these harassments, the more suicidal I get in my head. And it's not easy. I think a lot of trans people have gone through this, and I've gone through one of the easiest sticks of it. I think there's a lot more to this situation, When you feel like you've made it in life, and you feel like you made it, and then people are questioning your gender and questioning who you are. Like, the other day at work, I was helping this guy out, and he's like, "Thanks, sir." Like, the loudest sir I've ever heard. Boobs. Charlottes. Makeup. Hair. What part of sir do you think that is? My circumstances in life is not because I wanted it. I didn't want to be transgender. I had 2 paths to take. Transitioning and being at least somewhat happy, or don't transition and kill myself. And some people don't care until you're dead, and that's the sad part about it all. They'll hound you, and they'll hound you, and they'll hound you until you kill yourself, and then they feel bad for you. And then they feel bad for what they said. It's a lot different when life and death comes in line, and you just want to protect yourself. We're human beings. We live based off of the fear of death. We want to survive. That's what we do. We survive. Whatever we can do to survive for as much healthy years as we can, we'll do it. So for people like me that are transgender, It sucks. But we do it because we care about ourselves. When I made that video about why straight men don't date trans women, it's not because I say, if you don't date a trans woman, you're an asshole, you're a douche, you're a bigot. That's not what I was trying to say. It's about people shaming guys that are straight that would date trans women and calling them gay. But when we say someone is gay or someone says they're gay, we're all of a sudden a bad person because we can't assume someone's we can't assume someone's sexuality. We can't make them gay. James Charles went through that situation where people were hounding him for saying that someone was gay. That they were probably bi or whatever. But then a guy that might date me will be called gay because of the biological situation I have. I know that after I get my SRS, my FFS, my Brazilian, if I get a Brazilian, I know after that I'll be much happier, but I'll also be dysphoric still. I'll always look at life and realize that I lost 21 years of my life to be who I am. That nature fucked me. And that's the truth. My purpose in this world is to be trans and help the community out, but sometimes the hard battles are very hard to face. And sometimes you just need some air like this. And this is why I post this stuff to YouTube. It's not because, look at me, come feel bad for me, guys. Come feel bad for me. It's not about that. It's about because I feel like I'm obligated to tell you guys my journey and how I feel. If I feel a certain way about something, I'm going to tell you guys about it. Why? Because it's my journey. I don't want to paint stuff on YouTube and make myself look like, oh, my life's perfect, my life's great, look at me stunting and all that shit. And that's not the truth. I go through a lot of fucking pain mentally. Very much a lot of pain mentally. And it's not because I'm trans. Being transgender doesn't make you suicidal. Getting the situations in life and the harassment that you get from people and the fucking bullshit online is what makes you suicidal. That's what happens. Otherwise, you might as well say someone that's a nerd, or they just tend to be suicidal. That's not the way it works. People pick on people like that to the point where they do reach the end. So don't tell people because you're transgender, because you took HRT, because you got SRS, you were suicidal. That is not the truth. It's because of the way people treat people like us, people like you, people that are different. We get treated that way because it is that way. Suicidal thoughts do not just come because you just want to kill yourself. There's always a reason why something happens, as to a reason why you cut yourself, as to a reason why you kill yourself. No one wakes up tomorrow and gets depression. Depression comes because of a certain reason, and it becomes a disorder after it's been thought about too much, that it's almost near impossible to get rid of. I have depression here and there, but I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, look at me, I'm depressed now. That's not the way it works. I think that I get certain, just feelings of depression that sometimes you feel like you can control, but it's just not something you could always control. I don't want to make this video because I want trans people to feel like this is the way life should be, because it's not the way life should be, honestly. You should be happy with who you are. You should be happy and proud of who you want to be. And sometimes I feel bad when someone asks me who I am and I say I'm a female, and that's what I am. I'm a female. And it sucks because you feel like you're a bird in a cage where people are trying to tell you that you're something you're not, but you really are something that you are, but they can't see it. No one can sit there and tell you what they see in your brain. No one could sit there and tell you have a disorder. No one can sit there and tell you you really are a woman, are you? Being trans is like being in a body that's not yours and screaming out at the world to understand you, to see you. Every day that I transition and I get further in my transition, I see someone unhatching from a cocoon, which is me. I'm so proud to show people who I am now than who I was back then. And every day I think to myself, as soon as I get my surgery, I could start off new. As soon as I get this, I could start off new. And that's all I ever really wanted. Just another chance at life. And it sucks because I can't be reborn as a female. A natural born female, anyways. When I was in the womb, my body transitioned, but my brain never did. Which is why I feel this way. I feel incomplete, like a puzzle that has not been completed. Or a puzzle that's had all the pieces put in the wrong spots. That's the problem here. I think with a lot of trans people. I think you judge yourself so much that you just get depressed off of everything about yourself. I can't look at my hands without feeling uncomfortable. I can't look at my feet without looking uncomfortable. I can't look at my shoulders without feeling uncomfortable. I can't think about my voice without feeling uncomfortable. I can't look between my legs without feeling uncomfortable. I can't look at my hair without feeling uncomfortable. It's to the point where I feel like I should just get like a body transplant. And then you have people online that are cis that don't know nothing about the struggles of being trans, that want to sit there and talk to trans people and acting like they feel like they're entitled. But that's not what trans people are. It's just, when you have rights that you want to protect and you want to feel like you're a part of a group of people, you're gonna do something about it. You're gonna want to be treated that way. You're gonna fight for it. And when people are looking at you like they don't know who you are, but they act like they do know who you are, it's a totally different aspect. And that's the hardest part about life, is that you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to feel that way. You just want to wake up. Like, how great would it be if I were to wake up tomorrow and I could know that I never have to worry about telling a guy, hey, I'm trans. Or I have to worry about telling a guy, hey, look, I can't get pregnant. Hey, tell a girl, you're at rebellion against the world and at rebellion against your body. And you're only a spirit. You're only your brain. You can only speak for yourself. You can only make changes as much as you possibly can with your body. And while your body develops the way you don't want it to. So if you're cis and you think that we're just a bunch of entitled people, think again. It's not that easy. Be happy you're not in this position. Because no one decides to transition so they can fucking have a horrible life. No one wants that. I can tell you, everybody that I've known that is trans, I don't guarantee you they wouldn't mind being cis either. It's not easy. You get judged by everybody and you judge yourself too. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys off at that one. I'm probably not going to cut this video, really. I just want to kind of like talk to you guys my real feelings about being trans. And it's not that I'm ever going to detransition. It's not like I'm ever going to kill myself. I want to tell you guys how deep it gets under my skin about things. And I just want you guys to understand that that it's real. It's not just, I didn't just transition, look like me, and be like, yo, look at me and ballin'. It's not about that. It's much deeper than that. I'm thankful for my Charlotteers, because my Charlotteers are always there to support me no matter what. And I'm there to support you guys. I'm so thankful that people can go online and send such positive vibes to me. Help me out with money when they don't have to. It means a lot. And that's one of my biggest feelings about YouTube, is I always wanted to develop like a huge following so I could help others. And we could start a conversation, But yeah, anyways, I'm Mama Shar, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you for the support lately. And yeah, bye guys.